In a rapidly changing world, more people than ever before are relying on Wesley Mission to help them find strength for today and hope for the future. For 204 years, we've walked alongside Australians in need, offering a helping hand when they need it most. And with the new year just around the corner, we're looking forward to continuing to serve the community through our Word and Deed mission in 2017. Because despite changing times, we're more committed than ever before to changing lives. In fact, the Wesley Mission Board has determined that by committing to grow by 50% over the next 5 years, we will continue as a significant service provider in Australian society and increase our support of those most in need. As we look forward to exciting new ways in which care is delivered, let's take a look back at some of the communities we've served throughout 2016 and the ways in which we've seen lives changed. Wesley Mission has expanded into new areas, including a new out-of-school hours facility at Riverstone, supporting 70 students and their families. Parents Next programs in Bankstown and Wyong, providing practical support, training and opportunities to parents with young children so that they can re-enter the workforce. 8 new Wesley Life Force networks to help tackle suicide in our local communities and empower people to deliver appropriate suicide prevention strategies at a grassroots level. We've undertaken new initiatives, developed new partnerships and rolled up our sleeves to support those most in need. This year, 28 young people participated in the Wesley Take Charge of Your Life pilot program, an initiative designed to provide critical support for children who have been in foster care, equipping them with practical skills to make a successful transition to living independently as an adult.
Wesley Take Charge of Your Life really is about the young people and their potential, but to do that we've got to actually invest in such simple things as basic living skills. Basic life skills are the building block for everywhere we'll go further with that project. As a parent, we all know that we invest in our own children. We'll invest in them for a lifelong commitment. That should be no different to the children and young people that exit the care system. They're worth it.
Representatives from Wesley Mission, the Property Industry Foundation and Lend-Lease symbolically turned the first sod at Wesley Mission's Ermington redevelopment, the site of the new buildings that will open in 2017. And the program received plenty of support from Wesley Mission's dedicated City to Serve team and from staff and volunteers at the 103rd Wesley Fair, with over $34,000 being raised at both events towards Wesley Take Charge of Your Life. We have responded to changing times by investing in both our people and the technology they use. Wesley home care workers were equipped with tablet devices to make it easier and more efficient for them to manage information and engage with the clients they support.
Now, the big change for us is that from February next year, the home care market will be opened up and deregulated. Now, that means that we will be competing to deliver home care services with all the other registered and approved providers. And because we're moving into this very competitive environment, it means that the way we provide services to clients needs to be first class. We will continue to build on the good reputation that we already have and the good brand that we have, and we'll continue to value the relationships that we have with our clients, without a doubt. And we'll always be looking at new and fresh ways to improve our service delivery.
And more than 200 Getting Plan Ready meetings were held to prepare clients for the transition to the National Disability Insurance Scheme, an industry-wide change that will impact all of the families who are supported by Wesley Disability Services, including Susan and her son Zach.
Zach transferred to the Hill School in Year 5, and they suggested that we look at Wesley Respite, which I'd never really heard of, never used, and it was fabulous. I couldn't believe that there was this opportunity that we could all just have a bit of a rest from each other and regather our thoughts. The benefit to me is great, but the benefit for both kids far outweighs anything else.
We celebrated 204 years of Wesley Mission's wholehearted commitment to continuing the work of Jesus Christ.
When you talk about the issues that really matter, gosh, there are a whole host of issues that we have to consider, and the things that strike in our heart when we're dealing with broken families and children abandoned. When we deal with the focus upon the thousands of dependent people, upon the practical support and help of other people, we realize that the Christian church has to be alive, not only to answer the call to do, but the call to question.
And we were blessed to share God's word with more people in our community as we celebrated Easter in prominent city locations, with hundreds flocking to the Sydney Opera House to join in worship at Wesley Missions' Easter sunrise service, and many thousands more joining in around the country and across the globe via the TV broadcast, live stream online and radio. The ministry of Wesley Mission continues to expand in new ways as we welcomed our Indonesian friends from the Agape congregation. Their first regular Sunday service in the Wesley Theatre saw more than 700 people celebrating the beginning of a journey to become part of our thriving multicultural community of believers. It is the generosity of the broader community that helps to make the work of Wesley Mission possible, with more than 10,000 donors contributing more than $6,637,000 in funds and legacies in the last year alone. And in May, sports stars from across Australia joined the Sports United team to help raise funds. But as it turned out, the real star in the room was Veronica, who shared her journey out of homelessness.
That first night in my room, all I knew was that I had a door separating me from the rest of the world, and I was safe. And when I left the room that day, I felt as though all these shattered pieces of me, they were being held in safe hands so that I could start to rebuild myself. They gave me hope that I could be me again.
More recently, $9 million was committed to ensure the continuation of Wesley Mums and Kids Matter, an innovative program helping mothers with severe and complex mental health needs to remain with their young children. We have seen growth in many areas that we have been faithfully investing into in past years. 867 clients were assisted by Wesley Multicultural Services, up 43%. 905 people and families were assisted through Wesley Gambling Counselling. 5,932 day patients were admitted into Wesley Hospital, an increase of 16%. 39,679 crisis calls were made to Lifeline Sydney and Sutherland, 5% more than the previous year. 107,628 nights of accommodation were provided by Wesley Homeless Services, up 31%. But we don't do it for the numbers. We do all the good we can because every life matters, every single life. It was our privilege to stand with friends and family to remember those we have lost, coming together as a community for the annual Homeless Memorial Service at Shannon's Reserve. And in a spirit of comfort and hope, at Wesley Life Force Memorial Services in Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide and Newcastle. We have seen people come together in new ways, building friendships and richer communities. The residents of Frank Vickery Village and participants of the Wesley Life Skills program in Woolooware came together to work on joint activities, promoting acceptance and creativity. Volunteers joined together with Wesley Mission, including thousands of corporate volunteers who participated in programs like Wesley Life Skills, which this year included a special day of fun and learning at Taronga Zoo. Because when we join together, we find a new sense of purpose that makes all of our lives bigger and brighter.
I felt like if I was part of a career and also part of the furniture here at Dave Morgan, and felt very lucky to have a mental disability, and felt lucky that I'm still here and I will be here for quite some time to come.
Let's give thanks to God for another great year of doing all the good we can, in which the lives of more than 200,000 people in our community have been supported by the work of our services. Thank you for the part you played in 2016, and we look forward to the year to come.